a lot of players have different levels of physical ability. That goes without saying. But even people that you say are legends in the game, they have different levels of physical ability. So if we take physical ability out of the equation, what do you think it is that allows somebody to be great at anything? It doesn't have to just be basketball.
I think it's how do you negotiate with yourself. I think that's the biggest thing. Is and we talk about the mental side of it, but then like, what does that really mean? Like the thoughts that happen in your mind when you're going through a competitive situation or you're facing a tight deadline, you still don't have the idea yet. What happens inside of here? You talk yourself out of it. Do you say, okay, well, it won't be a big deal if I don't do it, or I don't have to get up on a Tuesday morning to go ahead and hit the track. What does this day really mean in the long scheme of things? Anyway, it's just one day.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you have those conversations with yourself, are you able to negotiate your way out of, that little, voice telling you it's not that important, or does that little voice get the best of you? I think that's what separates people who go on to do great things versus people who don't, or people that do great things but in an inconsistent way.
Do you call that out in like your kids when they're laying in bed and you're like, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking 15 more minutes, but not today.
Yeah, I let them sleep in, and that's the biggest thing as a parent, is when they're late, you let them be late and you let them learn from that and you let them figure that out versus me telling them.
Right. So you let them go through the consequences and go, oh, I hate rushing. And you're like, how could we have avoided this?
Yeah. But it's like, like my basketball team, for example, when I have the girls run lines, and, we could just as easily say, like I had a parent who was encouraging his daughter. She was running 17s, and he was encouraging her. Come on, you can do it, dig deep, dig deep. And then after practice, I go to him and say, when she's doing those line drills, don't say anything. Because there's a conversation that's happening inside of her head. She's like talking to herself, trying to pump herself up to do it. She's already having those conversations. So for an outside voice to come in, to give her guidance and to give her the kind of the push to keep going, actually interrupts her process. Just let her be. Let her figure it out herself. Because as they go through life, as parents, we're not going to be there all the time. You know what I mean? So kids have to be able to navigate those things themselves.
You've got to make hundreds of small decisions in the court.